guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over this great email that was sent from a subscriber. This is from a young guy. He's 21 years old, and he's writing in with a great field report on how his experience has been with dating ever since he's been applying things that he's learned on this channel as well as other content as well, and it's quite revealing. In particular, the reaction he's gotten from the gals out there about his one-drink policy. The one-drink rule on first dates where you meet up with a gal for a drink, that's it. No dinners, let alone no expensive dinners, no 2 drinks and appetizers. The plan is for 1 drink. And as you can probably imagine, a lot of gals were shocked and appalled. Disgusted was actually his word, half of them, that he wasn't taking them out for these big dinners. Imagine that, because they felt entitled to an expensive dinner. So I'm going to go through his thing here, guys, and you're going to see what he talks about. And this is not going to surprise you at all. And for a lot of you guys out there that have been experienced meeting gals on dating apps and how much of just a miserable process it is, and dating a lot, this is only going to back up what you guys have either experienced yourself or heard about. Now, real quick before I get into this, because I think it's very important to address this. What is the 1-drink rule? Because I got newcomers all the time, maybe you don't know. The 1-drink rule is, as obvious as it can be, first date, 1 drink only. Now, why is that? Why wouldn't you want to take her out to a nice dinner that you can enjoy the food too? Or she's such a great gal, so of course you want to take her out and impress her and all that. Why would you just 1 drink? I mean, what kind of cheapskate does 1 drink? Well, I'll tell you why. Because, number one, lots of gals out there will deliberately go out on a date with a guy knowing full well that he sees her as a catch and to get a free meal. But not just a meal at fucking Applebee's or Outback. I'm talking a very expensive, nice dinner at a nice place where the bill could be a couple $100 or more. She knows darn well that she has zero interest in this guy, but because she's selfish and has no freaking integrity and thinks she's the second coming, that she deserves an expensive meal and will take him for everything it's worth. And there are articles written about, they're called foodie dates or foodie calls. And I've known women that have reluctantly admitted they've done this, okay? And it's shameful. So why would you go do that with knowing full well it happens? If it's 1 drink, hey, it's not a whole lot of money. And that way then, if she's not interested in you, you're out of there. Or you get there and you meet her and you're not all physically attracted to her, or you don't like her personality, you can pick up and leave. But if you go on a whole big expensive dinner, number one, you're paying all this money for a gal who probably doesn't like you at all. Or 2, you're paying for a big expensive meal with a gal who you meet and she doesn't look like anything on the dating app pictures, right? Or maybe she still looks good, but you don't like her personality, or she's on her phone the whole time, or who knows what that could be. 1 drink solves that whole problem. But also, guys, when you do your 1 drink thing, also you make sure you get there ahead of time and you pay for it ahead of time. Why is that? Because you could show up there for the 1 drink and she gets there at the bar and she orders a full dinner because your credit card's there with the tab and there's nothing you can do. I mean, you could speak up, but it's definitely going to be an awkward situation. Or she could then order the most expensive glass of wine on the menu. Okay, you get the point. You get there ahead of time because women are always late anyway. You order your beer or whatever you like to drink, pay for it in cash so the bill is closed, it's not left open there, not open tab. And then she gets there and you're already having some drinks in your beer and you get to know her. If she walks in and she looks like she's 50 pounds heavier than her pictures on the dating app, then you know, okay, I'm finishing this beer and I'm out of here. Or just whoosh, nice knowing you. Or you don't like her personality. However, if you're having a good time with her and she's cool, hey, okay, maybe a second drink. Maybe an appetizer, but automatically you don't set yourself up to be in a bad situation. And also, I might add, the 1 drink thing, you propose this to a girl to meet for a drink, if she's disgusted with it, the prospect that you're not taking her out for a dinner, your highness, like in this story, that'll separate them real quick as to who's using you. So there's a lot of very important things in this 1 drink thing. And this is why I'm going into this long intro here before I read his story here, because it's very important to understand that. And also, I didn't come up with this idea. This has been going around for a while. I'm just repeating what works, things I've done and understand and all that. So I'm not taking credit for the 1 drink policy. It wasn't created by me, but I'm just saying this, and you guys can spread the word. So let's hear his field report on what he's experienced and the revelations he's had in his adventures here. He says, "Hello, SSM. I'm 21 years old, and I've been watching you for about a year now. I've been taking your advice on where most guys went wrong, so I do not make the same mistakes. With that said, I would like to point out to the dating guys that your advice truly does work. My favorite rule is one drink. It really has saved me from being on awkward dates where I just wanted to disappear from the girl in front of me life's faster than the money in her bank account. Not to mention that those same women expect you to pay for them. Of course they do. I would get to the bar or coffee shop 15 minutes early and have my drink ordered well in advance. This is so she cannot put her drink on my tab. Very smart, bro. You're learning. Exactly. They'll do that. About 50% of women I had one drink with were disgusted with me for not taking them out to dinner. One drink. He made it abundantly clear, and he says disgusted. Right? 50%. And obviously he's talked to a lot of gals and all that. 50% that pissed off. Why should he have to pay? You don't know each other. What has she done to deserve this fancy dinner? Or hell, even just a meal at Outback or Applebee's or wherever the hell you go. Really? You're just getting to know her. One drink. And he said right here, I'm glad sometimes I did that. The one drink, if you don't like her, you can leave. Imagine being stuck there for an hour and a half at the table with a gal that you meet and you can't stand her personality. Come on here. And by the way, guys, your money, you work hard for it. Especially when you're younger and it takes you longer to make that money. You want to piss it away just to impress some chick? Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you the other reason you do the one drink thing, and I'm jumping around here, but this is a learning video. The other thing is this. Even if a gal might initially like you and want to go out with you and is looking forward to it, like she sincerely likes you, if you go and plan this expensive date, like this crap you see on TV and the movies and everything, and spend all this money, that could communicate to her you're trying too hard, that this doesn't happen to you very often, that all of a sudden that you're trying so hard to get her. And she might think, well, wait a second, if he's trying so hard to get me, he must not have a lot of luck with girls. Therefore, he's less of a prize than I thought he was, so I'm instantly going to be attracted, lose my attraction for him. Or maybe I'm going to throw some tests at him to see if he gets these kind of girls, or he's used to a girl like me. So there's lots of reasons why the one drink. All right, back to his story. I had one girl get another guy to buy her a drink. I was out of there pretty quickly with not much time or money lost. It's a great filtrator. Sometimes I enjoyed the conversation and saw no red flags, such as her being on her phone, talking about their exes, or bringing her friends, or having a guy best friend, or being a single mother. I've encountered all these in the past year with women close to my age. I felt that if I saw no red flags and enjoyed my time being spent with this woman, I felt enticed to buy a second drink, and I never regretted making that decision yet. There you go. You go with the idea of one drink, and if you're having a good time and there's no red flags, and it seems like she likes you, okay, then get a second drink and get some fucking chicken fingers or whatever appetizer you like, some egg rolls. But you don't go there with the plan that you're going to do all that. Meanwhile, that one drink, you can find out real quick if she's a freaking proud feminist. Or she has spending her time talking about her exes. Or spends all her time on her phone. Or all these other things. One drink will solve that problem real quick and you're like, see ya. One trait I avoid like the plague are women who are open about being strong, empowered feminists. Dude, in that case, don't even finish your drink. Get out of there. Run for the hills. They like to talk big game about not needing no man, never cooking or cleaning, while sitting right in front of you. They really do tell on themselves. As you say, I do not owe anybody an explanation, and I quickly finish my drink and tell her, it was fun, but I don't think I'm interested in seeing you. Wow, you're more direct than a lot of guys would be. Good for you. You are right, SSM. Women cannot handle rejection. Out of all the women I rejected after one drink, I think close to 3/4 of them called me or texted me calling me nasty things. The power of walking away is more powerful than I ever realized before testing it in the wild. Yes. Women, yes, they hate rejection. And they handle it one of two ways. Either they will hate on you, which is what you're getting, nasty texts and emails and all that, or they become obsessed with you, and then they chase after you and all that. I do not know how many women I went on dates with, but I know that a few of them, I went on to see them for some time, usually between 6 to 8 weeks before a red flag was revealed and I walked away. You can smack me for this, but I used a dating app to meet these women. Some of the women looked bigger than their pictures showed, and others straight up lied on their profile. How many of you guys have met a gal on a dating app, and after that excruciating process. You set a date, you meet her on that date for whatever it's one drink or not, and she looks good in the picture. You see, and by the way, guys, as you see all her pictures on the dating app are her at an angle like this, or she's holding her camera so high that it makes her face appear smaller and it's disguising her body, the odds are she's a fatty, or she definitely has more meat on her bones than she appears. How many of you guys have gotten there and all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck? She's like 50 pounds bigger than her picture. You could literally at that point she'll be like, are you, say your name is John. She'll be like, are you John? You'll be like, nope. and run out of there like fucking the road runner. A puff of smoke behind you as you run. And then there's, of course, what they say in the profile and et cetera, et cetera. I will point out that when I was 15 years old, my father was lost in a car accident, leaving my mother as a single mom. As of now, she has not returned to the dating pool, but she believes that I am mistreating these gals by walking away so fast. But I guess a fish doesn't teach a fisherman how to fish. Correct. This is why I tell you, don't take dating advice, relationship advice, pickup advice from women. Okay? It's a bad idea. I used to do that, guys. When I was younger, I didn't know any better. I thought it made sense. I thought it was logical. In my mind, it's like, hey, girls understand each other, so why not ask women for advice? I did this bullshit in high school and college, and guess what happened? Every time, it made things worse. No joke. So you talk to an experienced man. In his case here, his mom's a single MOM, and I'm sure she was a good mom to him. And she's disappointed that he's walking away from these gals because she herself probably dealt with things like that. But he knows, number one, don't listen to her, and number two, what would happen if he did listen to her? Your advice works, SSM, and I plan to live underneath my means in my 20s so I can reap the benefits in my 30s and 40s. And I will never get married. Keep up the good work. Well, bro, I'm proud of you. Put a big star next to your name in the refrigerator. Good for you for listening to what I have to say. And again, sticking to the one drink policy, aside from saving you a whole lot of time, that could be wasted sitting at dinner with these gals that's not going to go anywhere with, or two, saving you a lot of money that you would spend on these big, ridiculous, over-the-top dates. You're also, it's a great way to cut out the lowlives out there. The ones aren't going to work, because if immediately they're appalled that you're not going to take them out for dinner, that you save time as opposed to wasting your time with them. They will show their colors right then and there. And then as for the other ones, the one drink, pretty much in the time it takes for a drink, you recognize whether she is genuine about what she looked like in the pictures versus the girl in front of you. She's not 50 pounds bigger, or she's on her phone the whole time, which will piss you off, or she's talking about exes, will piss you off, or all these other red flags that annoy the crap out of you. That saves you a whole lot of time and effort. Because a young guy is trying to make something of himself in this world, your time is valuable. Can't get time back, guys. All the money in the world won't buy back time. And of course, when you do meet a gal you may actually like, the one drink thing's not going to matter to her because she's out there for you. Because she likes you and thinks you're cool. And you'll then be able to then take it slowly at your own pace and go from there. So this will help. This will help with the process of elimination of all the garbage that's out there, and there's a whole lot of it. So good for you for doing that. So guys, you dating relationship guys, your first date, one drink. And by the way, if you don't drink alcohol, no big deal. That could be substituted with a cup of coffee or a tea or going for a walk. I don't know, something cheap. You keep them inexpensive. And only then, and let's just say after the first drink, you're having a good time, but you know what, you got to go anyway. You meet her for a second date because you liked her enough. She didn't have any red flags. Okay, cool. I'm happy for you. Then it could be a couple drinks and maybe some appetizers, and then go from there. And nothing expensive until she's demonstrated through her actions that she likes you for you. She's having a good time with you, and preferably you slept together. Then after she made that kind of commitment and you slept together, then you want to take her out to Applebee's or Outback or wherever for a full course dinner. Okay, yeah, my blessing. But even then, you're careful. And guess what? She can pay sometimes too, because this is the 2020s and the age of empowerment. So guess what? They can pay too. But you might see some fireworks at that one. So good work, man. You're applying the techniques. You save yourself a whole lot of time, a whole lot of frustration, a whole lot of money. And this will help you to really weed out the ones that aren't good for you and go from there. So thanks for the field report. And by the way, I really liked at the end how you said you're working on yourself and you're living beneath your means so you can save money and grow it. So when you're older, you're good to go. That's the way to go. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let us think about this. Give this guy some praise in the comment section. He's only 21 years old. He's a young brother. At 21, he's already light years ahead I was at 31. He's light years ahead of most of us. So this is working. This is helping. And this really makes me feel good that I've helped this dude out and other guys out there. Give us some praise in the comment section. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.